What's up guys, it's the 3 Brownies here and welcome to some Battlefield 3 Aftermath gameplay. I will be showing you all 4 maps that are now available if you've got Premium or PlayStation 2, 3, I don't know why I said 2. And anyway, I'm starting off with the map which is personally my favourite one, and that is Markaz Monolith. I like it because, well, you can actually fly the little bird or the Z11 and it just gives a whole more dimension to the game, I guess. I'm playing Conquest for all the maps except for the last one, which I'm playing in Rush because I couldn't find a Conquest map. But anyway, back to the game. This map is basically like any of the 4 maps. Russia and the US start on the outside of a city or of a town, and then they get vehicles or they run on foot to the inside of the city. And this is the only map though where you can take helicopters, which is actually a reason why it is my favorite map. It gives you just the possibility to, thanks teammate for crashing that one, yeah. It just gives you the possibility to raid people from above, I guess, and just to fly around quicker. It's a good transport vehicle. I would also suggest using the, what's it called? The new modified vehicles called the name escapes me. Well, one of them is called the Rhino, which is a modified civilian vehicle, basically, which has just got an LMG mounted on the back. Getting up here was a bit of a fluke, I have to admit, but the upside is that the tank doesn't see me, and as long as that doesn't happen, I'm safe. So the patch that you had to download was 2 GB big, which, if you've got a good interconnection, shouldn't take too long, and the DLC itself was only 1.6, I think. So all in all, it shouldn't take you more than 2 hours if you have an average or decent connection. That guy just owned me badly. Don't worry, I won't leave all the boring bits inside. I am going to cut out 2 more interesting bits. I think this next clip will be pretty fun to watch, I guess. I really didn't expect this to work. I'm surprised as it did. And this is exactly what I was saying with it gives a whole new dimension to the game. I mean, you can land on these high rooftops, these skyscrapers, and just raid the face from up here. Which is also a downside, seeing as this is a haven for snipers, to be honest. You will see loads of snipers on these rooftops, or with the crossbow, or with the M98B, and look at this. Sadly there was no explosion, otherwise that would have been twice as epic. And yeah, I mean, with all the recon players on the rooftops, if you're a team player and you want to win the game, then that is really frustrating. If you see your teammates or your squad mates just sitting on the rooftops, killing 2 people in 10 minutes, and not capturing any objectives. But I guess that's the reason why they implemented these, all these vehicles, so you can get around easier. And I did not see that guy there. Now the little bird or the Z11 is also available on the Rush, so you won't, if you want to fly, you don't have to only play Conquest. Personally I prefer Rush, but just so I can see more of the map in the first couple of minutes that I play, I decided to play Conquest. Because it just allows me to basically test out the vehicles, test out the maps, test out the secret ways, and also just to quickly check if the weapons have been improved or actually worsened. And the new vehicles don't stand a chance against any helicopters. I was going a bit crazy during this first time on this map with the Z11. I was a little bit. I just couldn't control myself. I had to always get the helicopter and scrape the face with it. And here is Azadi Palace. It is one of my, I suppose it's my second favorite map of the lot. As the other map, you start off on the outskirts of the village or the town, and you use vehicles to infiltrate it and take over. This is probably the best map for using the new vehicles. I think this one is, yeah, this one is the Rhino, as I was saying. This is just a civilian vehicle, and there's just an LMG mountain on top. I love the fact that you can just drive through this barricade. It's just a lot more fun. It's like blowing off a wall and running through it. Just makes it feel awesome when you drive through those. Now, if you want to travel on this map, I would really advise using these rhinos and the other infantry vehicle, seeing as the tank is very cumbersome and these streets, which are usually only a couple of meters wide, are really not ideal for the tank. You will get stuck more often than not, and as soon as you get stuck, you will notice that support players come up from behind, inform you, engineers will come up from behind and shoot you and then blowtorch you, which is, to be honest, not a fun experience. So I would suggest not taking the tank here. But, you know, then again, I'm not really good in tanks, and other players are definitely more capable of driving through these cities. Yeah, that was a fail. My accuracy wasn't very good. I hadn't played this game in a couple of weeks before the DLC came. And this is just another way to show how good these vehicles are to just move around the city. You can get into the most difficult places with these. And even though they might not be very pretty in these, it doesn't really fit, it still works. You can still drive through these as long as you know where to go. So that's why I would suggest just walking through the maps for one or two times before you actually try getting all these sneaky routes. Yeah, that was a fail again. So my teammate abandoned me, so I already know where to go, so I just take command and just drive through this palace. And believe you me, you cannot do this with a tank. I've tried. It doesn't work. Really. We have lost the objective. We have lost the objective. I wasn't necessarily playing to objective in this gameplay, seeing as I was just discovering these maps, and I wanted to take advantage of the new things they have. And this is exactly what I mean with the tanks being stuck. It's very easy to get stuck at, well, especially at the flags, and then an engineer comes up to you and burns you with a fucking torch. Again, realism. But that's Battlefield for you. This is Epicentre, another awesome map. Yeah, the flags are located at different heights, so you always have to run up and down. It just gives, sadly, a perfect place for snipers, but still a good place to run around. And as you can see, the weapon that I'm using is the L85 with smoke grenade. And it was good enough against that one, apparently. And this map is absolutely useless with vehicles. Although you cannot find any tanks on these vehicles, you can find some rhinos, but I strongly suggest that you leave those alone. Get the fuck out of their way, because they are so useless. This map is called Epicentre, and it is called that for a reason. There are cracks in the road every 10 meters. There are obstacles you have to drive through. There's just a ridiculous amount of obstacles and broken roads, and you will get stuck so often that people just run up to the car, shoot you in the face, and steal it, and get stuck themselves. For example, here. It's just so easy to get stuck, and I've seen numerous players try to drive through there, and, well, it just ended with them dying. That's a feature they've added just now, the shaking. That was supposed to be an aftershock of the earthquake, which is nice, I guess, but it really does not help the accuracy.
I've spotted a hostile soldier. Over.
And the last clip for Epicentre, which is where I rape face for once. I think I got some magical juice back in me, and I actually managed to hit the enemies for once. Sit down, so. And yeah, some pointless pistol shooting there for the end, but who doesn't do that? And the last and final map is Talah Market. Sadly, I couldn't find any conquest games for this. I have no idea why. There were about 6 rush servers open, but none conquest. So I just decided to play conquest. And actually, this map is probably one of the easiest, but also the most difficult ones for conquest. As you're about to see here, I think I had about twice our team just managed to scrape a victory out of it. Sadly, the last base we lost because there's just, I think, 4 choke points at every single bomb, and it's easy to just get locked down with a bipod and shoot down the hallway. So flanking tactics are advised, which is why this map has got loads of little routes and little rooftops you can jump across. God, that guy didn't get me. That would have been too embarrassing. Why are you running down there? Now, the experience I've made with Rush is that it's extremely. You have to play as a team. If you do not play as a team, you will automatically lose. You have to pray that you do not have any snipers that are lying on the rooftops, which is sadly a very often occurrence. So I would expect to rage quit a lot. And that was not a fluke. I meant to kill that second guy, I promise. And down I go finally. Now, I haven't played this map on conquest, so I can't really say how it's like compared to the others. I'm gonna have to stick with my opinion of what's it called, Markaz Monolith being my favorite one. I just like the possibility. No, teammate, you just got knifed. Sad face. Oh well. And this is what I'm talking about. We have 7 tickets left, 2 bombs to plant. There's absolutely no way that we are going to win this. So I just follow this guy instead of going for objective because I'm an idiot like that. Quickly scrape away 2 kills. And then the magic happens. This is what I mean with you can just get shot out of the vehicle. I don't know why I didn't finish the magazine there, I was just too silly. But it's good that you can shoot people out of there. There was a glitch with the Humvee where you couldn't even reach the guys with the guys shooting. And that was really frustrating. I saved that bomb with my butter knife. And I have no idea how our team pulled that off, but we actually managed to win this. Well, I mean this bomb site. I was kind of celebrating there, so I'm just spinning around, just not doing anything. Sit down, son. Again, I'm using the L85A2. It has apparently been buffed since the patch. We got some horizontal recoil reduction, so it's kind of like a laser. And this is the final bomb site. This is also the... I usually don't like doing this glitching to get to the bomb, but in this case it was necessary. Because I knew how strong the enemy was, and I knew that we were going to get raped if I didn't plant the bomb. And this is what I mean with the choke points. There's, I think, only 3 roads leading to this place here. So you have to use very tactical tactics. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I like using these smoke grenades, so I can just cover my friends, cover myself, and sometimes even get a lucky kill out of it. So Talah Market is basically an overall very tight, narrow map where there's really no point using vehicles. So you'll be doing a lot of running to and fro and getting shot at. And here I quickly scrape away 2 last kills. Anyway guys, that's the video. I've been through bounties. This has been Aftermath. Please leave a like and I'll see you next time.